Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sonali and today we are going to talk about a very important topic, that is blood grouping, the ABO and the RH blood group system. Now this is especially important for the second year MBBS because this topic comes under both your microbiology and pathology. Let's start. Now before we start, I want all of you to use your imagination a lot so that you can completely understand the concept of blood grouping. Okay. Now let's imagine this city here as a blood. Okay, this blood is your city, and in this city there are thousands of houses. Each house represent your RBC. Okay, in front of each house there is a nameplate present. This nameplate is the antigen on the surface of your RBC. Okay, so this house with a nameplate will be like A antigen on the surface of RBC, which will be blood group A. This house has B nameplate present in front of it, which is like B antigen on the surface of RBC. So this house will be like blood group B. This house has both the nameplate A and B antigen present. It is like having both A and B antigen on the surface of RBC. So this is your blood group AB. Now this house has no nameplate. It's empty. So that is like having no antigen on the surface of RBC. This will be blood group O. This is the ABO colony or your ABO blood group system, which was discovered in the 1900. Now, let's see this picture. You can see various colonies. That is, we have not just ABO blood group system, we have various other blood group system also. So, the various blood group system which are present in our city, in our blood are RH blood group system, your Kell blood group system, MN blood group system, Duffy blood group system, and P blood group system. Okay, but among all of them, the clinically relevant ones are your ABO and the RH blood group system. Okay, let's start with the ABO blood group. So, let's see what is happening in this ABO colony. Now, what have I explained before? That this house is the RBC, right? This nameplate is the antigen on the surface of your RBC. Clear? So now this colony, this whole neighborhood doesn't allow strangers in their house. Okay, they only invite their own relative. So for a house with a nameplate A, who is a stranger? A person from house B. So they will have guards against it. These guards are anti-B guards. So these are your anti-B antibody. Clear? Now let's see the house with the B nameplate. They will have what? Anti-A antibody. Okay, because who is the stranger for this house? Somebody from house A. Clear? So anti-A antibody. Okay. Now let's move forward. Now what about this house? This house has both the nameplate, both the antigen is present, A and B. Both nameplate is there. So it doesn't have any guard. Okay. Why? Because since both the nameplates are there, nothing is stranger for this house. Nobody in the neighborhood is stranger for them. So they invite everyone very happily. Even somebody from house A is invited, somebody from house B is invited. They are very happily receiving, very happily they are recipient. Okay. Now, what about this house? This house has no nameplate. Okay. No nameplate, that is no antigen on the surface of RBC. This is the house O, a blood group O. Since no antigen is there, no nameplate is there on this house, so what will happen? Everybody is a stranger for this house. So they will have guards, that is antibody for everyone. So it will have both anti-A antibody and anti-B antibody. Clear? Now, let's understand this. Okay. This was your RBC, which were the houses in the neighborhood. This was the nameplate on the house, that is antigen on the RBC. Now, your blood group A will have A antigen on RBC. Blood group B will have B antigen on RBC. Blood group O will have no antigen. Blood group AB will have both antigen on RBC. Okay. Now let's see the corresponding antibodies in the plasma. Now, just looking at this picture, one thing is clear. The antigen which is on the present on the surface of the RBC, that plasma doesn't have the corresponding antibody to it. Okay, understand it like this. This is blood group A. This has A antigen on the surface of the RBC. It doesn't have anti-A antibody in its plasma. Why? Because anti-A will do what? It will destroy. If it was anti-A antibody present here, it would have destroyed this RBC. We don't want that. We don't want to attack our own family. Okay, so that's why A blood group will have anti-B. Same goes for your blood group B. Which antigen is on the RBC? B antigen. What will be the corresponding antibody? Anti-B. That will be absent in the plasma. It will have the opposite antibody, that is anti-A. Now, your blood group AB. It has both the antigen, your antigen A and antigen B. So, both the corresponding antibodies will be absent in the plasma. That's why it has no antibody. Clear? This is the, now let's see the blood group O. O has no antigen, none. So, it doesn't have anything to correspond for its antibody part. So, it will have both anti-A and anti-B antibody in the plasma. Now, even the opposite is true. Okay, if we just reverse this statement, so if a person has a particular antibody in its plasma, its RBC will lack its corresponding antigen. If this is anti-B present in the plasma, this I'm talking about, cannot have B antigen. Clear? Okay. Now, this whole thing which I have explained is the Land-Stinner's law. Okay. What is the Land-Stinner law? Again, let me just explain it again. If an RBC has a particular antigen, the plasma will not have the corresponding antibody present. It will have the opposite antibody present. Okay. Same is true if you reverse it. If a plasma have a particular antibody present, its corresponding, remember the term, corresponding antigen will be absent on the RBC. The opposite antigen will be there. Clear? Now, let's talk about this antibody a bit. These antibodies are your IgM antibodies. Okay? They are big, pentameric in nature. The guards need to be big and strong, right? Clear? Now, let's see what happens when you require a blood transfusion. Now, blood transfusion is like inviting a neighbor for a party. So, let's see which house can have which all guests. So, let's see if your house A has a party. Okay. Who all can come for house A? So, if A has a party, obviously, other house A guests can come. They are invited. Can B come? No. Anti-B antibodies are standing here, right? They cannot come. Can AB come? No. Why? Because B antigen is there and we have anti-B antibody. Not a good idea. Can O come? Yes, O can come. O doesn't have any nameplate. It doesn't have any antigen. So nobody is guarding. Okay. Nobody has a guard for checking the O blood group. So O can come happily. Now let's talk about your B house. When B has a party, who all can come again? B can come. Can A come? No. Anti-A antibody is there. Can AB come? Again, no. Why? A. This A is present and this anti-A is present. Not a good idea. Again, can O come? Yes, O can happily go here. Why? No nameplate, so no guard can stop them. Clear? Now let's see what happens when this AB has a party. Okay, when this AB has a party, it's a grand party, but everybody can come. It doesn't have any guards to restrict. So, can A come? Yes. Can B come? Happily. Can AB come? Obviously. A, it can go anywhere. So, what does this makes our AB? It's make our AB a very good receptor, a very good acceptor. So, it's a universal recipient, a universal acceptor. Okay. Why is our AB blood group a universal acceptor? Why? It doesn't have any antibody. No antibody to guard. No antibody in the plasma. So it will happily accept everything. Okay. Now let's see what happens when your house O has a party. Since O has a party, only O can come. Why? It has both the antibody, anti-A, anti-B. A cannot come, B cannot come, AB, O can never come. Okay. But you see what is happening here? O cannot invite everyone, but O is going everywhere. Okay. So O is helping, is donating to every party. So what does that make our O? Universal donor. Which blood group is your universal donor? O. Why? Because it doesn't have any antigen on its RBC. No nameplate on the house. Universal recipient is the blood group AB. Why? Because it has no guards in the house, no antibody in the plasma. Universal donor is blood group O. Why? No antigen, no nameplate on the house. It can happily go anywhere. No guard will stop. Okay? Clear? Now this was your ABO blood group system. Now let's understand the another one, the RH blood group system. So RH blood group system is like having this VIP sticker on the house. Again, this house is your RBC. Okay, don't forget that analogy. This house is the RBC. This house has a VIP sticker. This VIP sticker is a D antigen. D antigen is the RH factor. RH stand for rhesus factor derived from rhesus monkey. Okay. So this is the RH factor or D antigen present on this house, this VIP sticker, this RBC, it makes it RH positive. Okay. Now this house doesn't have this factor. So it will be RH negative. Okay. Now you see your Landsteiner law is only applicable for your ABO blood group system. It's not applicable for your RH blood group system. So because of that, since those house which doesn't have an RH antibody, RH antigen, they don't have natural antibody present in front of them. Okay. Now but here antibodies are there. So how are they formed? Let me explain it to you. See, normally in a very normal situation, when there is no need of any blood transfusion, nothing has happened, no blood mixing has happened, everything is going fine. In such cases, this RH positive is have a D antigen, RH factor present, it's living happily. This RH negative has no VIP sticker, no D antigen present, it's also living happily. But what happens when a guest arrives to this RH negative house? A guest having a VIP sticker, a D antigen, then something changes. Then for this house, this D antigen, this VIP sticker is foreign. It will not recognize as a something of its own. What will it do? It will start making anti-D antibodies. So anti-D antibodies, these anti-D antibodies are only formed after exposure. Okay. Now you see these are small antibodies. They are IgG in nature. Small, sneaky, can cross the placenta. Okay. So this is your RBC. This has the D antigen. What will this make? RH positive. This is the one which doesn't have D antigen. This is RH negative. So if by any chance this goes here, there is mixing or there is transfusion. So what will happen? This RH negative person starts making antibody, anti-D antibody in its blood. Okay. Now, when can this happen? When can this visit or mixing or transfusion can happen? Again, during blood transfusion first. Okay. Or in pregnancy. It can happen in pregnancy when, can you think of this? If you can think, just write in the comment. Okay. I will just give you the name. The condition is erythroblastosis fetalis. Okay. I have already taken this lecture and the link is available. So just click on it. And if you know already, you can write in the comment section. Okay, what happens and how it happens. Clear? Now this was everything about your RH factor and your ABO blood group. So this, let's see all these things together. Your ABO blood group system and your RH together. Okay, so in your ABO blood group system, how many blood groups we have? A, B, AB and O. According to RH, how many we have? We have A positive, A negative. We have B positive, we have B negative, we have AB positive and AB negative. We have O positive and O negative. Total 8. Now let's see the antigens and all which are present. Okay, I will be drawing the RBC for all and see what all antigens are present on its surfaces. Okay, for A positive, it will have antigen A and is positive, so also D antigen. Okay, for your negative, it will only have A antigen. B positive will have B antigen and your D antigen. B negative only B antigen. AB will have, AB positive will have A antigen, your B antigen and your D antigen. AB negative will only have A and B antigen. O positive will only have D antigen. O negative, nothing. So among all of them, which was your universal donor? Blood group O. But if you see your O positive and O negative, which is more of a universal donor? Okay, if you have only option as AB, ABO, then your answer is O. But if you have answer like, AB positive, O positive, O negative, so which is the correct answer? You see, what was the criteria to be a universal donor? It shouldn't have any nameplate on its house, no antigen on the surface of RBC. Which one doesn't have a antigen on its surface? O negative. That makes O negative are universal donor. It can happily give blood to everyone. Clear? Now let's talk about your universal recipient. Okay, before that, let's see what all antibodies are there in the plasma. So for both of them, there is anti-B, there is anti-A. No antibody for them, both anti-A and anti-B present. Here, now, which was our universal recipient? AB. If you have only options like AB, AB, so the answer is AB. But if you have options like AB negative, AB positive, O positive, B, then which is the answer? Let's think like this. So what was the criteria to be a universal acceptor, universal recipient? The criteria was to have no antibody in a plasma. Correct. Okay. So according to the ABO blood group system, both AB positive, AB negative have no antibody in the plasma. But according to the RH blood group system, if your AB negative receives a positive blood having D antigen, what will it trigger? Formation of D anti-D antibody in the plasma for your AB negative. That's not acceptable. So our AB positive becomes the universal acceptor, universal recipient. I hope this was clear for all of you. Okay, let's move ahead. Let's see the scenario. Patient admitted for emergency nephrotomy after your road traffic accident. Okay, blood grouping suggests O positive. But given O blood transfusion, the patient still develops acute hemolytic transfusion reaction. Why is this happening? Let's understand one more concept here. So you see, these RBCs has these antigen, we all have understood. But your RBC has one more antigen here, the H antigen. The H antigen is like a precursor for your A and B antigen. Okay, so H antigen is present here. It will give, it will form A antigen. Here it will form B antigen. Here also it will be present. Now even your blood group O has the H antigen present. Okay. Now So as per the Landsteiner law, there won't be the complementary anti-H antibody present in the plasma, in all the plasma of blood group A, B, AB and O. But there is one more blood group. That is the Bombay blood group. Okay. So in the Bombay blood group, there is no H antigen. That is absent. So what all antibodies will be there in the plasma? Anti-A, anti-B and anti-H. Okay. So while testing your conventional blood groups, we don't mostly go check for the Bombay blood group. So by mistake, if you have considered your Bombay blood group as O and you have given this RBC to this person, what will happen? This has the H antigen and this has the anti-H antibody. Destruction. It will destroy this RBC. Here, that's why there was that transfusion reaction. Okay. Now, let's see the blood groups, the antigen on RBC and the antibodies in the plasma. So, for blood group A, the antigen on RBC is A. Antibody will be anti-B. B, its antigen on RBC is B. Antibody in plasma is anti-A. AB, antigen on RBC is both A and B. Antibody in the plasma is none. For O, antigen, it doesn't have any antigen. Antibody, both anti-A and anti-B are present. Now, if I have to add Bombay blood group, I'll also add the H antigen here present. Okay. H antigen present on all, but not present on the Bombay blood group. So anti-A, anti-B and anti-H antibody will be in the plasma. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Thank you.